I'm Caitlin.
And this is the
Penfriends podcast. Cool.
That was cute.
Yeah.
You've never heard like both sides of it. He's always sitting like
over there,
and then I'm just like having a conversation. And like,
this is the Melly.
do you mind handing me my pop before I?
Oh jeez.
Okay, so look, this is dubbed. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back. This is the gayest episode.
Yay!
We
Happy
have
Pride.
Happy Pride Month. This is the gayest episode. We went to Pride today. It was our very first Pride for both of us.
Yeah.
And that's basically what we're going to talk about today, I think.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I had a lot of fun.
I had
There's
fun.
A lot of people there, so I was a little bit uncomfortable, but I liked it. I would go back next year.
I hope I can come with you, and I would like to. Our friend Wyatt, who lives in Lansing, loves going to Lansing Pride. I think he and his boyfriend just went to Lansing Pride.
I don't think that they made it for the parade, though. I saw, like, Bradley post something on Facebook.
Yeah.
That they didn't make the parade, but, yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, a lot of vendors. We had some good food from food trucks.
Oh my gosh, that burger was
The burgers
so
were really
good.
And then Josh and I had snow cones.
Yeah.
But you did not have a snow cone.
I don't really like snow cones.
What would be your choice of dessert then?
I don't know. I probably would have liked having one of the deep fried Oreos or something like that.
That's just good.
Yeah. I do like those, but I just wasn't feeling it. So, no dessert for me.
This format is so weird because we're in the same room together for the first time in
Yay!
forever. I came to visit Becca, and we were like, we get to actually record the podcast in person, and it's really weird. Like,
I know, we're just like staring into
we are
each other's eyes.
staring into your soul right now, and it's bonkers. It's like I don't know what it is about like the filter of the computer where we can have. Like, I feel very, like, stiff and robotic right now.
When we first started talking, I was, like, looking not at you because, like, when we're doing the podcast, I'm often, like, not looking
I'm
at
checking
the
my
screen.
phone and I'm, like, listening to you.
And then I'm like, oh, I can look at you. We must have been thinking the same thing because now we're just, like, boring into each other's souls.
I feel like, who's the one, like, a 60 Minutes interview? Like, I feel like, So what happened with the dog? Like, that's what I feel like. Ooh, Josh brought drinks!
We have a special guest.
Yeah, for the first time.
What'd you make, though?
It's nothing, it's just wine.
Is it wine?
Yeah.
For real? Oh.
Yes.
Hi!
Yes, hello. Oh,
It's
yes.
Josh! What?
This may have been a bad idea.
You don't have to...
Yeah!
You don't... Why did you point, like, accusingly to the microphone?
Yeah!
Like, my microphone is the one that's been not, like, our producers haven't been telling us, like, we can't have Josh on the show.
Me. I'm the producer. I'm like...
I blame the microphone.
Josh, did you enjoy Pride?
I did. It was really fun, actually.
Yeah?
I liked all the vendors.
Yeah.
It was interesting, because for me, when I was passing through, I was, like, looking at it not from a, like, oh, yeah, I'm Pride because, or, like, I'm Pride.
Looking...
Wow, it wasn't because, like, I had any, like, connection or anything like that to it. It was more of a, let's see how many businesses are here that are taking advantage of this situation.
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of like, and some of them, like, some of the companies that were there kind of surprised me because it was like, oh, I didn't realize, and then there were some things that I was reading and I was like, and I would start noticing where, like, some of the booths were a little bit more full than the others. And then you notice, like, booths that were, like, having to do with, like, mental health there, and some,
Super
like, the Christian,
important
and then,
things.
like, a whole bunch of, like, these churches and stuff like that trying to get, like,
I really want to go to
more...
that church. Just to, like, check it out. Even though there was, like, a church that told us to come because they're, like, super liberal. But Josh and I are Catholic. Like, I've never been to a church outside.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd be interested if you guys actually went and
I would
your
like to
experience.
Like, for me, I've been to, like, a different church, even though I am Catholic.
Oh, yeah.
I actually sat through a whole, like, 6 hours of Jehovah's Witness.
Oh yeah, because you have family that's Jehovah's Witness though.
You know,
So
and
that was
so
really
that was interesting because like I, for me personally, because I have like such a like a connection with, you know, spiritual connection with like God, that when I was there, or it might just be me too, I don't know, I just look at it this way. At the Jehovah's Witness place, you know, I like it was intro, whatever, I don't remember anything from it because after whatever was going on at the beginning, I like legitimate fell asleep for the rest of it. And then just kind of
Well,
woke
I mean,
up.
6 hours, like that's a long time.
Oh my
No.
God.
Yeah, so it was just kind of like we were there for like a long time and I was asleep for most of it and I was
Yeah.
like, oops.
Yeah.
I just remember waking up and being like, well,
My
cheers.
How
Sure.
old were you?
I was actually in my teenage years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it was.
You fall asleep so easy though, but that's like a topic for another time. Josh made an interesting point. Like he was looking at the businesses that were there,
Yeah.
and I was too. But I was more like, what businesses am I going to support even more now? Like which ones are
Yeah,
there?
absolutely.
It made me
that was
happy
cool.
to
Our
know.
bank is
Yeah,
there.
it made me happy to know that our
The
bank
bank.
was there. I was like, yes.
We made a good choice.
My sister, because I texted my sister who is, ace lesbian,
Yeah.
more ace.
I should have gotten an ace patch. I'm like kicking myself for not getting like an ace flag or something. But it's whatever.
It's fine. But she said, I was like, would you like something? Like, would you ever want anything LGBT related? And she said, I would if it was from someone, like a local person and not someone who was there profiting off of
Nice.
LGBT.
So that's
And I
why
was
you
like,
got-
I
yeah.
think, I hopefully bought something. They looked like they
I
made
think
their
so.
own
No, they
stuff.
make
Oh,
like
yeah.
that was all handmade jewelry
Yeah.
because I definitely was thinking, and I can usually tell if it's like handmade because I was usually thinking I was like, oh, I could totally make that,
Yeah.
and I was like, you know,
And you bought a bracelet
Yeah,
from them, which is
I got
really
a little
cute, like with the
bracelet.
rainbow beads and,
And they
stuff.
had like 2 different sizes. They had small and large, which I really appreciate
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I can never, like anytime I go to like craft fairs or anything, I can never get like jewelry or bracelets.
Yeah.
And I like bracelets. I just can never wear them because they always fall right off.
What kind of wine are we drinking?
Sweet Red Blend.
Wow,
Barefoot.
I've never had
Barefoot
sweet red before.
Sweet.
It's
Red
the
Blend.
only one that Becca likes, I think. As
Really?
Far as, yeah,
Cheers
so she
to
likes
that.
wine. She tends to go more of like a sweet palate than
I am too.
right. And
When I with wine.
but like I'm the same way too. So it's just it just fits well.
Yeah.
So like we usually go like rosés or if not like if we do
Yeah.
do red, it's like sweet reds. I really don't like any other white wine though.
No, I tend to
even,
just
even
do.
if it is
mind it,
even if it
but-
is like even if it is like on the sweeter side, I've just
If I'm going for a wine, it's mostly a Moscato. But like this has a
Yeah.
little bit tangier, if that
Yeah,
makes
it
sense, than a
is.
Moscato. But yeah, no, it's good. Good choice.
Thanks.
there was this one time somebody came up to me and it was a customer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at work.
Okay.
And no, since we're talking about wine, he was going on this tangent about wine. All of a sudden, he was like, "You know what? Here's what it comes down to. Like when you're trying to." He was talking about his experience as a what is that called? Like the wine person at a restaurant. What is that called?
Oh.
A connoisseur, I guess.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
not a connoisseur. It's an actual name. I don't remember what it is. I'll look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Anyways, he was like, the only thing you need to know about your different wines is that the other name that is in the wine, like, you know, I'm blanking on my names of wines all of a sudden.
Moscato,
Like
Chardonnay.
Moscato, Chardonnay, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the type of grape that's used
Oh.
to make the wine.
So a Moscato grape is used
Yeah.
to make Moscato.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
okay,
is
that
kinda
makes
And
sense.
so it was just kind of like from there, based on that grape, you would get the flavors, like the flavor profile of the wine. So if you know like what that grape tastes like,
Wow.
you know what that wine's gonna taste like.
That's pretty cool.
And so
I
it
didn't
was
know
like,
that.
and so I was like, yeah. And I feel like I'm an expert on wine all the time.
Oh, you need to save that to pull it out for my family. They'd be really impressed.
Yeah, right.
I think they would.
So we went to Pride.
Mm-hmm.
And then we came home. We all watched Bones and took naps.
Yep.
And then we literally just got done watching Love, Simon, which Becca has been like, have you seen Love, Simon yet? And finally, I have seen it. 10 out of 10. She's about to cry.
I love this fucking movie so much. Oh my god. I saw it like at least 4 times in theaters, and I've been patiently waiting for, like, the digital, to come out, like, DVD or whatever. And one of the guys that I'm friends with on BookTube, he, like, streamed it on that app.
Oh, Rabbit. Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, sent the link and everything. So there was, like, 7 of us, like, chatting. And it took me, like, almost half the movie to figure out how to, like, get it in. But then he was like, oh, my gosh, Becca, hi. And I was like, oh, my gosh, this is the first time I'm, like, live hanging out with booktubers. And it was so sick that it was for Love, Simon. I just love it so much. Which is funny because I didn't, like, love the book as much. Like, the book is pretty good. Like, I haven't reread it since seeing the movie. So I'm wondering if, like, as I'm rereading it, I'll be like, oh, my God, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll mold a little bit more now that you have the relationship you have with the movie, for sure.
And but I read the sequel, but now I can't picture, like, anyone else except the actors.
Oh,
and, like, normally that would bother me, but I feel like they all did so good. Like, they are, like, the characters.
Yeah.
Like, all of them. And it's really cute.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed the movie, and I think that was just, I can see how much of an impact it has on you and how much it has on other viewers.
It's so important.
It is. It was a really good movie. Just everyone was so well cast.
Yeah.
And I really liked that, like, the teens, I'd never seen any of them. Like, they were all new actors or people that we've never seen before. Just because, you know, like, I mean, is it Jennifer Gardner? Is that who's the mom?
Yeah.
And the dad is someone famous as well.
Yeah.
And so was the vice principal. But, like, there aren't a lot, like, whenever I think of teen actors, I always think, like, oh, they're coming from Disney Channel.
Well, Leah and Cal are from 13 Reasons Why.
Oh, that's why she looked familiar.
Yeah, she's Hannah. And then
Okay.
Cal is, like, I don't know, one of the friends. He, like, hangs out with the jocks. I don't remember. Alex. His name is Alex on 13 Reasons Why. So if you listeners out there have seen that, then you'll recognize it.
I really don't want
And
to watch
his acting, not good. Like, his acting is so not good, but it was better in the movie. Mostly because he had a smaller part. But
Yikes. It's okay.
I feel like he was more realistic in the movie than he is in the TV show. Netflix show, not TV show.
And you watched the second season of 13 Reasons Why.
I haven't finished it.
You haven't.
I may be halfway through.
I read what happens at the end because
I think I was spoiled for it too. And I wasn't surprised because they're like,
probably
we'll
leading
talk
up to
about
it.
it. Yeah, they're teasing.
Not reading anything.
They were teasing it at the end of.
I just think it's such a
Season 1,
strange show to make a show about.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a different conversation.
We'll talk about
We'll
it
talk about
after.
that. This is the happy gay episode of the Penfriends podcast.
The gayest episode ever.
The gayest episode ever.
Oh my god!
What?
Wow, what was
That's
that?
a stereotype
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
you're perpetuating?
that's exactly what I was doing. It's fine. See, because we move on to the next topic about stereotypes.
Oh.
Oh,
Interesting.
wow.
I was really surprised at how many, I didn't see a lot. I saw a few bi flags, but the
Yeah.
amount of pan flags I saw were more than I thought.
I know. I was like, oh my god, that's everywhere.
That's great.
Yeah.
Like, one person complimented on the bi headbands that I made for us.
Yeah.
And so I hope that my business takes off making.
You should have had business cards.
I honestly, well, only one person came up to me, so it's not like I could have.
Other people are probably thinking it.
Probably. there were something. And we saw a few drag queens. No
Yeah.
performances. We did see the performance of Fun Home, which is going on at Grand Rapids in July.
Yeah.
Which is the first, they said it was the first community theater to do it in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Right
I'm
off-
not surprised.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a good area to do it in.
It's surprising that it's actually coming out of Aquinas, though.
It's not Aquinas. It's Circle Theater.
Yeah, but Circle Theater is part of Aquinas, isn't it?
No.
Or
They
is it
just
just
use
based
their
off-
theater.
okay.
Yeah. But it's not part of the college.
Oh, so they don't have their own space. They use a different space.
Yeah, they
Okay.
use, because it's in the round.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Circle Theater. And they use, like, I don't know if it's the only performing arts like center at Aquinas, but also West Catholic uses the same space.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
and I've done like Circle Theater is one of like three, I would say, one of the three big community theaters in Grand Rapids.
Well, I'm definitely gonna send them an email, see if they're any hiring.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to. I'm trying. I need to better just send emails out to people like, oh, look, I just, I'm a local costume designer. I'm looking for some work. If you have any, get a hold of me. Keep me in your back pocket, because honestly,
and maybe they'll just like have you help out on something and maybe pay you. Like, I'm not really sure how it works.
Yeah.
I know like most of the community theater is volunteer, but once you get up into like the designer positions, it's paid.
Yeah, and that's
for sure.
Definitely what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm about to leave for my summer job tomorrow, and I'm excited and nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because it's a big art school, and so I'm, like, a very casual person.
Sure.
Like, I'm not like that.
Ooh, I think it's gonna be, like, a little uppity.
That's what I'm afraid of, and I'm like, I'm working with middle schoolers. Like, how uppity can these kids get? But then I remember, like, how uppity middle schoolers were in, like, when I was a middle schooler, and I just, like, fear. Like, I don't know exactly what to expect.
Because I know, like, because I went to Blue Lake. I didn't go to Interlochen.
Yeah.
But Blue Lake, like, you had to have a uniform or whatever, but it was, like, a uniform shirt, and then you could bring your own bottoms. At Interlochen, it's, like, a uniform shirt, uniform bottoms, belt, socks, like, everything, and you have to buy, like, all of it. And I remember, like, I was looking at Interlochen one year, and I was like, no, not my scene at all. So I'm interested to hear, like, how...
Is that going to be you, too? Like, do they require anything?
Yeah, I wear a uniform. You'll see me tomorrow. I brought my uniform I have to wear.
Cute!
Oh, it's not cute at all, but, like, I have to wear it. So.
No, Becca just has an obsession with uniforms, so it's
Oh,
fine.
I do look like a little, like, Sunday school girl. I'm, like, in white polo, navy bottoms.
Yeah.
I got... Hello.
Oh, that's just the biggest story. Disconnecting.
Yeah, so they require that, and, like, there's a whole bunch of stuff and guidelines about, this, that, and the other thing, and so I'm not... when I work in summer theater, I'm not used to that. It's like, you come, you do your job, and you get to go home at night, and so I'm just kind of...
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And you have a roommate, right?
I do have a roommate. I have no idea who it is. I have no idea exactly where I am, like, in the campus, and I'm like, okay, well, that's why I didn't bring as many things.
Should Josh and I bring you so we can be, like, the mom and dad dropping you off at
Honestly, I would love the moral support, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But that's also like a 3-hour ride.
I mean, it's right up by,
you know
like,
what? I'll take the
camping,
one car, and then you can drive with Caitlin or something.
Oh my gosh, that would be so fun.
Wait, tomorrow's Sunday. I keep thinking today is Sunday because no, it's tomorrow Sunday. Well, what other gay things can we talk about?
Wow.
Well, I am kind of bummed that we didn't see a drag show, because I've never seen a drag show.
I've never seen local drag queens. I've seen RuPaul's Drag Race.
I've never even watched, like, RuPaul.
You need to watch RuPaul. You would love it. It's so... I mean, do you like makeup shows like that?
Yeah.
Do you watch, like, Skin Wars and, like, all those things?
No, I don't know what any of that is.
You don't know Skin... Oh, well, okay. Well, RuPaul also hosts Skin Wars, or is on a judge. But that's the airbrushing body art, where you, like, blend into the background.
I love stuff like that.
Yeah, so that's Skin Wars. And then, what was the one with all the creatures?
Face Off.
Face Off. That's what I'm thinking of.
That's what
I mean, drag is a little bit more than, like, you painting your face. But they have... The older seasons, in my opinion, are, like, better. Like, season 6 was... one of my favorite seasons, so I would definitely say that. But I saw a whole bunch of drag queens come, and then one of the main judges was the host, Michelle Visage, and she was just great, and everyone was great. Anyway, it's so fun. Like, I wish we had the energy to go out again and go and watch the drag show tonight, but also... It happened. It happened way long ago.
There's another one, like, later at... I think it was at the gay bar.
Probably.
Because it just said Rumors drag show, so I don't know if it was still going to be, like, at the colder stage, and it was just like the drag queens from Rumors, or if it was at Rumors.
Probably was at Rumors. My friend keeps inviting me because there are so many drag shows. Like, the bar in Ann Arbor, Necto, has gay night or pride nights on Fridays, I think. And now she keeps sending me links that are in July for, like, shows. And I'm like, girl, I am across the state. I can't drive back. I actually had, this is not gay. Sorry, it's not the gayest episode ever.
We tried.
But I had this is a segment.
K-pop news.
No.
K-pop news?
This isn't K-pop news.
It's a thing.
Oh, but you did.
K-pop news
Hold
update, yeah.
Hold on.
I'm surprised.
Erase that. This isn't the segment I was going to talk about. You watched BTS Fake Love.
Yeah, I did.
And thoughts and reactions. Josh, you also watched it. Thoughts and reactions.
Is that the first K-pop music video that you saw?
No, I've made you guys watch a bunch.
I wasn't sure if, like, he had ever actually sat down and, like...
No, I'm pretty sure
No, because even when Caitlin wasn't there and she started showing me stuff, I started watching stuff by myself, so it was fine.
Because it's a rabbit hole.
Right.
You just spiral down.
Right, but then it wouldn't... Not to say anything about you, Caitlin, but it just didn't catch my attention enough to keep with it, but it was, like, it was still interesting to see, and, like, the only ones that I really do, like, feel like watching all the time are the ones that, like, you've watched, Caitlin, because I'm like, okay, like, you know, she really likes this, I'll watch it. But it's not, and it has nothing to do with, like, just because you, like, watched it, but it's just, like, I want to watch it because you found something interesting and I want to see my perspective on it.
Josh, I love you so much. You're
most
such a good friend.
dad.
You are. You're the most support. You're the best.
And
dad.
I mean, that's like
Happy Father's Day. I love you, my real dad, as well.
Okay.
Okay, but we.
I start getting threatening
No,
messages from your dad.
No.
Her dad is the most like non-threatening person ever. I feel it.
No, we celebrated Father's Day last week because obviously, like, tomorrow I move in. My sister has an internship. So we were both home last weekend and we celebrated. We bought, like, really good steaks and we bought him something for the grill because he loves grilling in the summer. And then we bought him a new backpack because my parents next week are leaving for their cross-country trip.
Oh.
And so they are taking the van. They're taking Route 66 across to California up, and then they're taking the Oregon Trail back.
You know, that's what my dad did, right? He took Route 66 in the Mini Cooper.
He was gone.
His brother, right after my mom
for like
died.
Months.
Because 2 months, and because that's what my mom wanted to do with the Mini.
That's so
cute.
He
like did that, and then they came back and. He went, like, up through the UP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
And, yeah, he freaking loved it. And he just bought, like, all of this hiking and, like, backpacking stuff. So he wants to come in July and go, like, backpacking in the UP.
That's
and
awesome.
I'm like,
He can't get lost up there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he will. So I'm like, I need to come with you because I went backpacking one time in 6th grade. And, like, loved it. And I always wished I could go again. And so I'm trying to convince him to bring me with him. Yeah, it would be so fun.
Yeah. Jeremy just bought a bunch of camping stuff because he's going to come visit me.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because I can't have overnight guests because I have a roommate, but he can, like, just camp out for $15 for the weekend while I have my days off. And he loves... I didn't realize how big of a camper he was until he, like, started talking about it.
Like,
you just wait
I'm gonna
until...
have to come camping
one
weekend or
You
something.
honestly should. I will keep you on the loop whenever he comes to visit. You liked BTS. That was
I
all
did.
That was basically it.
It was so good.
Oh, God, there's like a giant bug outside, and it scared the crap out of me. Do you see that?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's like a giant
moth or something.
Oh. This is what happens when you're in the same room. You can react.
The bugs will, like, fly up to the window, and because, like, we just keep the blinds open because who cares?
Yeah.
Like, Luna will, like, chase and, like, hit against the window and stuff because she's such a freaking cutie.
It was such a nice surprise seeing, like, I woke up from my nap on the couch when we all passed out after Pride, and then Mally, your cat, was just sitting right next to me.
Yeah,
it was so
isn't that the best, like, thing to wake up to ever? Oh,
my cat was, like... for the past few days, because I was packing in Lauren's room, and that's where he likes to hang out, because the bed is bigger than my room, and like he knew that I was like all of my stuff was gone, like out. I was packing up a suitcase, and he was just like, "Meow," and I was like, "No, you're fine. Like I'll come back. It's fine."
Aww.
But like he, snuggled with me and like hung out with me all the time, and he was just like, "I know something's up." They always know when something's up.
They do. Mm-hmm.
Cats are intuitive. Is that the word?
They sure are. Intuitive,
That's
Oh, I hope we're getting that nice pour action.
ASMR wine pouring.
Oh,
You just
ASMR
stripped it
wine.
off.
Nope, lost a couple drips.
No, it's fine. But yeah, BTS. It was so good.
I should show you the behind the scene of all of those shots, because like they
I
have a
would
behind the
love
scene
that.
with the floor, because I asked Fake Love, none of that stuff was CG, those 3 big effects that they did in the music video.
You were asking that question during the video. You were like, just scream it out. You were telling Becca, so I started doing it in my head, and I was like, all right, I mean, I guess. And I couldn't, like, for sure be like,
I know, that's because
whatever.
we're into,
but
like,
it was,
effects and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
But it was also like, there was the one scene with the floor, with the dropping, with the floor dropping. I was like, that could possibly be the only scene, though, because I can't see, how they would do that logistically without, like, putting their people in harm's way. But, like, I don't know.
He was sitting next to a freaking inferno, and you
That-
were worried about the floor dropping.
Inferno is like,
logically,
don't bother me.
In the scene,
Episode title.
it looked like the floor dropped, like, all the way out. When realistically, it was probably, 1 or 2 feet. But, like, how they have the camera...
I'll have to show you, because like he was booking it across, like in the behind the scenes. I think it lowered further
Really?
than that. Yeah, I'll have to show you, because they always put out.
So what did they have?
stuff.
Like, how do you train for that?
You run? Like, I don't know. Like, that wasn't a stunt double. That was him.
Well, yeah, but like, so they knew all of these stunts like ahead of time. So is that like a one take thing? They just like run as fast as you can. I don't know.
No, I think it was because they were the parts of the floor that fell. They were on hydraulics.
Yeah.
So you could easily pull it back up.
Sure.
But I don't know.
That's so interesting.
We'll have to watch the behind the scenes. I'll send it to you.
I just like love effects.
Yeah.
But like as soon as you said that though, I'm like nothing is.
I shouldn't
CGI.
have said it out loud. I should have just been like. I should have waited until after to be like, all right, what did you think was CG?
Because then I said, like, I saw it, and I'm like, I mean, it could be CGI, but also, you could figure out, like, you can rig it
to be real, yeah.
Like, nothing is impossible in the world of special effects.
No, definitely not.
And that's why I love special effects so much.
It is. It's a really fun realm of film and TV and stuff, and makeup and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. This is a segment we're calling "Is This Necessary?"
Oh my god.
And I hinted.
What?
Well, the last.
I'm sorry, I've never heard your end of this, so this. It's just kind of like, where's this coming from?
No,
and there is no
really
context to this right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point.
So anytime you see me just like covering my face,
Yep.
just know that Caitlin is doing something like that.
Yeah, I say stupid shit, Josh. I say the stupidest
It's so
shit.
funny.
Is this necessary? Denny's having a phone app to call in food. I saw this billboard. It was like, order ahead. But Denny's is nothing to call home to your mama to. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't like Denny's. Josh loves Denny's. I do not like it.
Okay, so here's what it is. Here's the restaurant perspective, because I work at
Jesus
McDonald's and that's
Christ.
what I get, okay? So
Buckle up.
when you look at the way that, and it's like a whole bunch of like test markets with the way that the culture is going now and the way that American culture is going towards.
Yeah.
You have all these millennials that are being like non-social, have been hiding behind phone screens and all this other stuff, so it's easier to order from a table, you know, through your phone as opposed to, you know, going up to somebody and saying, hi, I would like this, or even talking to a server when they come up to your window. So it's like, and not to mention that if a restaurant does not like adapt with the changes of what like its current client base does, the business will close.
Yeah. I think it's definitely like...
And I think like, I don't even know the facts around it, but there's like billions of dollars that goes towards, you know, mobile ordering, Uber Eats, getting food delivered to you and stuff like that. And a lot of restaurants right now are trying to just kind of reach for a little bit of that money, though.
I know that, like, McDonald's is doing it, too. Like, they have where you can order ahead, don't butt in. Mm-mm. Don't butt in. Mm-mm. And, like, park, and then you don't have to go through the drive-thru, you don't have to go in or anything. But, because I want to tell the story of when, like, it just kind of clicked, and it clicked for you, too, that, like, what? Why? We were doing that, and the line for the drive-thru was, like, so long, so he, like, pulled, or it wasn't that long, but he pulled and parked, and then I was like, alright, this is taking a long time, and he goes, well, you can't submit the order until you're there, because you have to have, like, the number that you're parked at, and so then I was like, well, just go through the drive-thru then. And Josh's only response to that was, I don't want to talk to a person. I want them to just bring the food to my car. But I think, like, that was your only response, and we haven't done it.
Yeah.
Since. So
well,
I think
you haven't,
that,
but I have. I don't care. I just like using it. And I like using it because...
Maybe if I'm, like, watching a video or something that I don't want to turn off while I'm going through the drive-thru, then, because I know you, like, watch Bones and Netflix and stuff while we're driving around, and I watch YouTube. And sometimes if I'm, like, really into a video, like I'm watching a Shane video or a podcast or something, and I don't want to turn it off for the 2 seconds that I have to interact with a person, then it is kind of nice to just be able to sit there.
It's like the
thing about it, too, like, the thing about, like, the, like, mobile order and pay, at least for McDonald's, is that, after you reach a certain, like, they call it, like, an electrical fence. You got to be, like, a certain amount of area, and they use the GPS on your phone to track when you're actually, like, on the parking lot to see when your order just kind of populates. And it doesn't populate inside if you were to put it in. You have to physically push the button and, say, here, I'm here. You can process the payment now.
Because they don't want to bring you, like, old food. Like, they still want to make it, like, right there, which is understandable. We have used, like, Uber. Is that what we use? Uber Eats?
We've used Uber Eats before.
Cool.
So,
I like that.
Yeah. It's interesting trying to see, like, all the drivers for the Uber Eats, because some of them I see them at my restaurant.
Oh, really?
Because
I do,
because McDonald's also does, like, delivery, at least here in the Grand Rapids area, and as much of a pain in the ass it is, it's just kind of, like, it's nice to kind of talk to, like, the different drivers, and I've considered, just because I'm talking to the drivers, I've considered even being like, look, you know what, when I'm not working, I can go drive around in Uber.
Yeah, I mean, like, it opens up more jobs, and who knows, like, it's really good for people who might not be able to, like, leave the house, but still want, I don't know, like, fast food, or, like, Shipt is really good with, like, groceries at Moyer. I don't know if that's just, like, a Michigan thing. I'm sure other states have, like, different things, but, I guess, like, back to Denny's. I mean, like, Applebee's has the, like, order to go, where you just, like...
Applebee's has the order to go, and they also are on Uber Eats as well.
Yeah.
So they can even get their stuff delivered,
I mean, I guess, like... And Applebee's is the same way. It's, like, nothing to... It's just, like, food.
Yeah. I guess it was weird all for Denny's. It's just all food, I guess. We're all consuming it, and all
At the end of the day, it's a restaurant, and if the restaurant wants to stay in any kind of, like, profitability, it will have, the latest perks.
It is, like, kind of interesting, though. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know that, like, that was happening until you
I saw a billboard of it, and I was like, we gotta bring that up. Like,
totally.
I just saw a billboard. Because it's like, what... Like,
what are you doing in your, like, life when you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna order ahead at Denny's? Like, of all places.
Yeah, like, Denny's is never full.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's
like, you don't need to order ahead at,
like,
Denny's.
if you order ahead...
Then your food will be ready by the time you get there. And that's the same concept of when you place a phone call when you're trying to order food, too.
But, like when
when you're picking up
Denny's
Chinese
But when did Denny's turn into, like, a fast food where your order needs to, like, be ready when you get there? Like, to go. To go?
To go, yeah. I would assume that they would have... I would assume that the functionality for here, if you wanted to eat there, would be the same thing that Panera is doing. Because at Panera... You can go sit at a table, order your food, and then they bring it to your table. And it's...
You can order it, like, on your phone, like, for the restaurant.
Yeah.
Or they have the kiosk, at least mine has a kiosk where you can pay right there at the kiosk. You don't talk to a person. The menu is all there on a
That's
little
where,
Wow.
like, that's where restaurants are going towards, and, like, McDonald's, like,
I
at
mean,
least the
it's
ones in Michigan
interesting,
will
but,
all
like-
be at that point, too, by the end of 2020.
You know what it reminds me of? So you know in the 1920s, they had those, the cafeterias where, it was a wall. There was a specific name, and now I'm blanking on the name. But it was a wall of doors and trays. And you open the door for your food. You pay the amount of money, and you open the door, and there's a tray of food in there. It's kind of reminding me of that.
I
Like,
didn't
people were
know
in the
about
back,
that.
like, preparing food and stuff, but you didn't. You just paid the little slot with what food you wanted, and you got to take it. But I'm trying to remember.
That is so interesting.
what the
Well,
name
isn't
is.
there, like, I don't know, Japan maybe, where you can go get ramen, and it's like, it's kind of the same thing. It just, like, comes up to your table.
No, there's certain restaurant
Yeah.
styles where that goes, and it's run through, like, the water system or whatever, and they throw the ramen noodles, and you have to catch them. And
Yeah,
stuff like
sushi
that.
bars do that
something
too.
like
Like, the sushi bars run on the.
That is so
on the
interesting.
belt.
Oh, that is really interesting to me.
It's just like, it's coming to a. Like, it's coming full circle almost.
Yeah.
With that, like, you don't want any human interaction. Like, when did we.
Next,
Not-
we're going to have androids.
Speaking of androids.
I don't want to get into that yet, though, because I want to bring up IHOP.
Oh, that's
Becoming
right. No,
IHOP.
yeah.
Because I am the one person on the planet that goes to IHOP for the burgers. I don't like breakfast.
Yeah, it took you a long
And
time
I
to
really
figure that
like
out,
the
too,
burgers.
I heard it was a temporary thing.
It is a temporary thing. It's
Yeah.
just to promote that they have other food,
Yeah.
not just breakfast. And people are, like, not here for it. And I'm like...
I was half because of, like, all the stuff that was going on online, I was half expecting me to drive to IHOP and it be, like, IHOP.
No,
or IHOP.
it's on their name tags, though, because we went
Right.
to
Yeah.
IHOP, and I ordered a burger, and I could tell that the server was like, And I've never gotten, like, a judgmental stare before, so I'm like, I feel personally attacked right now, because I really like like, on Twitter, one of the girls that I follow, she was, like, posting about it, and then I was like, LOL, I go to IHOP and get burgers, and she, like, came for me, and I was like, oh my god, like, don't at me, fam.
Oh,
Like, it was
my
so
God.
crazy.
You're about to get into a Twitter discourse
And
over
I didn't say,
IHOP
like, I
burgers.
didn't say anything back, because I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna go
What
enjoy
did she say to you?
Well, I don't know, she was just saying something, I'll have to go back and find it, but she was saying something about, like, who does that? And I'm like, well, I do, but also, like, the thing that I love the most is not, like, Applebee's or anything. Like, I love the shitty diner food. Like,
Yeah.
that is just what, like, that is my favorite. Those are my favorite places to go. That's my favorite food to eat. It's just, like, really shitty diner food. But I don't like breakfast. And so, like, I would always want to go to IHOP, and I'd get, like, they have, like, a ham and, like, egg and cheese melt, but I would get it without the eggs.
Okay.
So I would just get, like, a grilled cheese and fries, and then I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna get a burger. And I've never looked back.
IHOP, if you're listening, sponsor us. We're the only ones supporting.
I'm the only one that eats burgers at your establishment.
So what did she say to you? You fucking heathen who eats burgers at IHOP?
Oh yeah, she was like, I mean, I like diner food as much as the next person, but like da-da-da-da, I don't know, went on about like how IHOP is just breakfast, and I'm like, well, I mean, it's not, but okay. And they even have like low calorie stuff, like they have
Yeah.
wraps and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and I mean, like, sure, they're a place that specializes in breakfast, so I was a little like, maybe I shouldn't get like something that deviates from breakfast from this establishment. But at the same time, I'm like, I mean, if you're looking for shitty diner food, that's exactly where you would order it from.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy it.
So the question of the day is, what food chain has yet to embrace
Ooh,
the changes that you would like to see?
Culver's.
What was the question?
What food chain do you want to see embrace mobile ordering?
I want Culver's to, like, do something because I love that they make the food fresh, like, right there.
Yeah.
But then when I go through the drive-thru, I'm waiting, like, 5 to 10 minutes. It depends on the Culver's. The one over by my work is actually really fast.
Yeah.
But the one in Mount Pleasant.
Oh my god, that
like
one's the worst.
we loved Culver's, but then every time we would go, I'm like, oh my god, I remember why we never come here.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't like eating inside. I really don't like dining in places.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only one where I'm like, I'm here for you making my food fresh, but like, you need to come up with something that's a little bit better than whatever you're doing.
I don't know, Josh, you have an idea? You work in food, so it's like you're a little bit...
Your take on it?
For me, like, for me, it's just another thing where, like, I look at it from the business perspective. It's just like, if right now in this day and age, at this point in time, it's just the next convenience. Like, it was just like when McDonald's first started, like, it was popular and McDonald's grew as a business because that was the next thing. Because at the time, when it was first starting, there was all these diners and drive-ins and stuff like that. And people wanted a way to get their food faster.
Yeah.
And the next thing right now, and you know, and that's how McDonald's ended up becoming like something that was different, where like the kitchens were like organized, and then all of a sudden all these fast food places started popping up afterwards because they knew that it worked. And so that same thing is happening where like one restaurant started it up because we have smartphone technology now, and like, you know, if you don't have an app and you don't have that dining experience where you can order from that app, you're behind already.
Yeah.
Like,
so, do you see McDonald's, like, doing, because you were saying, like, McDonald's, when they first started, they're pretty innovative. So, what do you see McDonald's doing now to, like, stay ahead of the game?
They're really, right now, so McDonald's, to stay ahead of the game right now, is making sure that when, at least corporate McDonald's anyways, I can't speak for, like, franchises, because they can't ever make the franchises do whatever they need them to do.
Right.
I mean, there's a certain limit that they can do. But at least here in Michigan, I know that they have, like I was saying before, that experience, they're calling it the experience of the future. So, McDelivery, ordering through your phone, and having, like, kiosks in the restaurant where you order, you get your thing, and then you go sit down. Like, that's just something where, like, most restaurants are going to start going, trying to get rid of, you know, that main interaction with, like, that front counter person. And it's going to be a change, and I know that customers are going to be upset at first and stuff like that, but it's just the way that it's going. And if the restaurant industry doesn't keep up, like, you know, I'm like, and it's the same thing with McDonald's, you know. So the way that they, you know, try to keep innovative is to keep up with the technology. And even though, you know, it's going to make, you know, workers angry and customers angry and this, and it's just, like, that's the way it's going. And if McDonald's doesn't keep up with it and try to stay kind of, like, ahead of the curve with all the initiatives that it's already gotten, like, pulled through already, there's no way that it would keep up as, like, one of the top fast food places. Like, sometimes I do wish that when it comes to, like, the technology aspect, McDonald's does, you know, more on social media aspect, because that's where it is. But, you know, when you actually come back and think about it, you have all these other restaurants, you know, being on social media acting like fools when you've got McDonald's, right? But you've got McDonald's over here being like, you know, it's all about the brand and the business, and staying professional even on an online experience, which, like, for me personally, I kind of, like, I take that as okay, because if I were working for McDonald's and I knew that they were acting fools on social media trying to poke fun at their business competitors, and that's the way that they were getting business, I would be like, okay.
I think that's cute, though. Like, I really like when I see,
like, it's cute and all,
chains.
and, like, I was like, I think it's a cute, and it's a new way to, like, try to bring attention in this day and age. But at the end of the day, it comes down to what you serve to your customers in the restaurant.
True.
And if you don't stay, you know, professional.
That's real tea right there.
That is real tea.
If you don't stay professional, even on an online world, like when we were growing up, it's always about how you present your image. And McDonald's is an iconic thing. So if all of a sudden we were to, like, switch to trying to respond back to all these people, like, McDonald's would lose its complete image as, like, hey, we were the first fast food chain, and this is how we do.
Interesting.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
have you gotten really good business since the Quarter Pounder was made fresh? Because I really can taste a difference with the Quarter Pounder being made fresh.
We've been selling so many more like Quarter Pounders. It is a
I really
pain
like
in my
the
butt,
burgers.
but
Do you think they'll switch over and do fully fresh?
they won't do it for the reg meat because McDonald's made the decision to go fresh because it does like all these like test markets and asks questions to all these customers, and they get all that information from like surveys and things like that. In the surveys and that information, McDonald's never got the want to change their regular patties, the ones that come like on McDoubles and cheeseburgers, to something different.
Okay.
Interesting.
Right? So when the patty is like small and it's frozen, I feel like it still tastes okay. Because you're not expecting anything out of like $1 cheeseburger.
Yeah.
But if I go and pay, $9 for a whole meal, like for like gourmet burger at McDonald's, I'm expecting this burger to have like not a frozen beef taste.
Yeah.
So which is why they were like, you know what, let's make it a little bit worth it, and it's a pain in the butt, but it is what it is, and you got to move on with the times. If you don't listen to your customers at the end of the day, it's so not
worth it though.
Yeah.
It is so. I can definitely taste the difference. It's really good.
So like with the chicken tenders, that's like real.
That is real meat.
Would they ever change the chicken nuggets to follow suit?
The nuggets have been changed. There's a difference between the like taste.
I mean,
of,
I can taste like a.
There's a difference between the taste of what it
ago.
was before, like years ago, to when they started changing it. Like they removed all the artificial ingredients. They removed like any of the like artificial preservatives and stuff like that, and they started using more natural, like even if they do like come frozen, they started using more natural freezing processes. So it's like it's the same situation as if you were to like put a piece of like chicken in the freezer to keep it fresh for longer, right? And you would get like that frozen taste or whatever, but at the end of the day, when you look at the products and they're like, you put them back in the fryer and you taste them, like they taste better than when they were a couple of years ago, and you can even see it within like the color of the nuggets when they come out sometimes too, like especially, and you will definitely know if that restaurant isn't keeping up on like its oil maintenance, because you can tell.
Always
it's
comment
really
on
funny, because the times when you're like, oh my gosh, the store needs to change their oil, I'm like, ooh, I love the nuggets like this. So, like the nuggets are way crispier when the oil is like old and not good.
But you like the so what happens when a fresh nugget's supposed to happen?
Nugget cast.
Right, nugget cast for real.
This has turned into an interview with Josh about McDonald's, and
I'm here for it.
Let's keep talking.
When a nugget, comes out of the vat and it's fresh and the oil's good, the skin part of it, which is Becca's favorite, should not come separate from the chicken.
Right.
It's like
When you
one unit.
Right, it's a whole like one nugget, right? So when you eat it, you bite in, you have that crunch, and then you have that, that chicken, and then when you're tasting it, you have like a little bit of salt. And then at the end of the nugget, like, and I never realized this until I started getting into like the logistics of when to change the oil for the nugget.
Yeah.
You're supposed to taste at the end of like your nugget experience a little bit of celery, because of the celery salt.
Those celery notes in my nugs. The tea.
But I
never
am
taste celery.
like a freaking savage, and when I get full eating the nuggets, I just peel the like skin.
So when
off.
that's
so
her favorite,
like
so that's her favorite part.
Super crispy and separate.
So when the oil is bad, then the chicken from
that's
the
when it, like,
part
bubbles up.
will bubble up, and that's when you can peel the skin off easier, which is
Those are
Becca's
my
favorite.
favorite
Yeah, that's why it's her favorite.
So, like, when we were in Mount Pleasant and stuff, and it was getting soon to when you'd have to change the oil, you would bring me home nuggets.
To bring
like,
home
at
nuggets
the
because
at the end of the oil cycle.
Oh, I
those
love your
were,
guys'
like,
relationship.
I know. Goals.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, man. Well, you heard it here, folks. McDonald's is gay now.
Oh, my God, yeah.
They
that was
totally
the funniest
are, though.
part of Pride, though, was me and Kate walking around going, yep, that's gay now. And we're reclaiming everything. The Eiffel Tower, who would have thought?
Yeah, so we saw this big metal triangle at the Grand Rapids Pride with a gay flag on top, and I was like, that's weird. What's the fucking Eiffel Tower doing here? And we kept calling it the Eiffel Tower. And when we got close, it was an aerial setup, for an aerial team, and they were doing like
which is rad as hell.
and so it was really cool. And I was like, oh, that has a purpose.
That
That's not
aerial
just
team is gay as hell.
Probably.
Yeah.
But what did I say? I said one thing specifically. I forgot what it was that I thought was so funny, and I was like, oh, that's gay now.
I think it was when we were walking there. It was the one we were walking there. Man, what did you say?
Well, I did see a thing where it was like E3 happens during June, so all video games are gay. But it was after that. Was it? We were in there. But anyway, everyone was super nice and friendly.
Yeah, it was really
The T-Mobile station was lit. Like, they had a fan.
They had it going.
Okay, so T-Mobile is now part of, like, Sprint. So, like, every time we talk about T-Mobile, it's like Sprint is associated with it because Sprint has bought T-Mobile.
Sprint bought T-Mobile?
Yep.
Interesting.
Really?
They decided to
Josh
keep it.
has all the tea.
He does.
They decided to keep it, like, a separate corporation,
Yeah.
but Sprint now owns T-Mobile, and it's like, it's scary as hell for me because every time I think about companies buying and merging, I'm like, especially with like one of the top 3 carriers of phones in like America, I just keep thinking about like how that's gonna affect pricing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And my family uses Tang, which is a sub company of Sprint, but it's cheaper.
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
It's like all those prepaid things when you really look into how like all the prepaid, phones operate. And I didn't realize that this is how it worked because when I had my prepaid phone, I was like, oh yeah, I'm with Virgin Mobile. And then I started like reading all the information and finding out, oh, it's just a subsidiary of Sprint and uses Sprint service, and it's just prepaid. This
is like when we found out every company was owned by L'Oreal.
Yep.
Oh my god. I was shook.
Yeah, like so many companies. Core. What was the one, like Bleach? Clorox Bleach was owned by L'Oreal. And I was like, that's scary. Like, just straight up Bleach.
I don't like thinking about that. But I do, like, from time to time, because I'm still trying to do as much cruelty-free. And I even go, like, cruelty-free and vegan, if I can.
Yeah. I've been really trying. My journey with makeup's kind of come to a halt just because I shouldn't spend money on it.
Yeah.
But I am trying to purchase more environmentally friendly things.
Yeah.
Like I found microfiber washcloths at the Five Below, so I can use
get
it.
them at Dollar Tree too.
Yeah,
I've been using them for years.
But I was like, I take off my makeup with like cotton swabs, and like washcloths are too harsh to like scrub your face with. But microfiber is really soft.
How does the micellar
water,
micellar water work with the microfiber?
It worked fine. I mean,
I've never like tried.
I just pumped it on and
swabs.
then just was able to.
But I have like other cleansers, so like I'll use a microfiber. Sometimes I'll just use it with plain water.
Yeah. Because
it like gets it off. Because years ago, Bunny and Graveyard Girl, she did does this thing really work, or a First Impressions Friday, I don't know, and it was like the magic like makeup eraser.
Okay.
And it was like essentially a microfiber cloth that you just had to like wet and use, and it like worked. But then she was like, this is just microfiber. And then I went to Dollar Tree and I got microfiber like washcloths, and I just used it with water. Yeah. And that works too, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, so like definitely that. Like I finally got a Diva cup. Sorry, Josh, we're gonna be talking about this for a second. Finally invested in that.
I could never, but more power to you.
I mean, like, think about all the money you spend on pads and tampons, and how much plastic that is, and how much like probably not biodegradable. It was worth the $30 I spent up front because I will never have to buy tampons again. It was, like, if you are brave enough to go and try it, it's so worth it.
I don't know. I would need, like if I went back to Head Start and had, like, the summer off where I had, like, where I could just, like, be at home and, like, try it out and see if it worked and didn't have to, like, go anywhere.
But what's nice about it is that, because my first time trying it out, I was moving Jeremy, and,
you're pretty active.
I was pretty active and moving around. We were going up and down the stairs. We were packing up a whole bunch of stuff and moving everything. But, like, if I were wearing... I'm sorry, Josh, we're talking about periods. But whatever. Oh, okay. If, like, I would have to have stopped, like, every 3 hours to change out a tampon. But
really? I don't use tampons.
Oh, you don't? Yeah. Okay. Well... to change out whatever. Yeah. But you can keep the Diva cup in for like 10 hours.
That's crazy.
without any
no
sort
leaks, no anything.
No leaks. It's medical grade silicone, so you're not gonna get toxic shock syndrome like you would with a tampon. No leaks at all.
Wow.
Yeah. You can sleep with it too, which is the biggest thing.
Is
you're
it
not
weird, like, changing it and cleaning it and, like... Because I think that's, like, the part that's stopping me. I'm like, wow, I don't want to, like, pull out a blood-filled pouch from my body.
It's a little weird to get... It is a little weird to get used to. And they do recommend, like, you rinse it or wipe it out before you, like, rinse it.
Yeah.
And then they do, like, recommend you at least boil it for, like, 10 seconds before you start using it again for your next cycle. So, like...
Do you sleep with it?
Yeah, you can sleep with them.
I might have to think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been thinking about it for quite a while, but it's, like, it's one thing that I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But...
It took me a while. Like, I did my research, and there are different, it's not... I got the Diva Cup brand, but there are different cups.
I think that I would want to get, like, the actual...
Yeah.
Original.
Well, that's a harder silicone. So if you're worried about, like, the hardness, I guess, there are ones that are made with a softer, like, more malleable silicone.
Interesting.
My friend uses a different brand. She uses the Luna Cup, which is, like, the other big brand.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of that one, too.
My next step in not wasting is getting travel metal straws.
Yes, I want one so bad.
I would love to eliminate how many straws I use.
I also really want to go to Lush and get, like, the bottle-less, like, shampoo and stuff like that. That's really important to me. But I know it's, like, expensive. But it lasts way longer than what we have.
What, straws?
No, the products from Lush.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we definitely have tried those before, so I know that, like, we haven't tried
the shampoo.
No, we had the massage bar. That lasted a while.
And that lasted a really long time, but we haven't tried shampoo or anything like that.
I just really liked that they reformulated a whole bunch of stuff so that way it can be in bar form.
Yeah.
So it goes plasticless. I think that's just great.
So we need to go to Lush, I've been telling you. But I know it's, like, it's expensive.
It is
expensive. You could easily drop, like, $80 there.
Oh,
just
yeah.
Be like,
oh, sure.
Yeah.
And be like, oops.
I know. I really want to be, like, a lot more conscious of the things that I'm getting.
Yeah. And it's hard. Like, I am... Not, like, it's hard because it's so much money up front. Mm-hmm. But then, like, in the long run, you're saving money and helping the environment at the same time.
I really want to, like, get or make, like, reusable, like, sandwich bags and stuff like that for my lunches, since I have to bring my lunch now. That was one thing that was nice at Head Start, is, like, I didn't have to worry about that. But that is, like, one thing, like, oh my gosh, I hate, like, some of the things I hate. It's, like, so much paper that we use, so much, like, gloves and just everything, like, utensils, everything. It's so much, and it kills me when we're doing it. But whatever. It has to be done. Yeah. Totally.
It's a slow process. Like, it really is. And
so did you see the, like, any trailers for the, I don't know if it's here in Grand Rapids or even, like, I don't know what theaters have it, for the movie Eating Animals or something like that? It's like, it's in, like, theaters, and it's basically about, like, the farming, like, companies, like, the big like, industries, and it's not just, like, other, like, vegan or vegetarian movies where it's, like, the shock value of, like, the farms and the, like, cruelty to the animals and everything. It's more about, like, the larger implications for, like, the surrounding communities to, like, those farms, and how, like, farmers, and, like, reteaching farmers, like, basics to, like, get back to their roots and, like, do it the right way, and also, like, eating vegan and, like, everything like that. I really kind of want to see that movie and see what I can take from that.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that, because it's just, like, there's been such a pull towards that, like, even in, like, the McDonald's community, trying to make less ingredients and all that stuff, or even, like, something as simple as, like, the French fry.
Yeah.
Like, putting, like, there's videos out there where McDonald's shows, like, this is how we make the French fries, and, you know, what kind of farmers we use, and, like, there was a little bit while, like, last year where there was, like, putting up, kind of, like, marketing POP materials out on, like, even the restaurant windows that were like, oh, here is where we sourced, the ingredients
That's
that we
so
get.
interesting.
And so it's just like knowing that McDonald's, because it's a big company and they use a whole bunch of potatoes, obviously, trying to get all that stuff from good, reliably sourced, like non-troubling farms is sometimes can be difficult.
Yeah.
Especially for like, and sometimes like some of these newer things where like you want it to be so like friendly to the environment that sometimes it's just not like feasible because of how big a corporation that McDonald's is, and sometimes those places cannot handle that yet.
So I think that like the movie is not only about like the meat industry and like dairy industry and like whatever, but it's also about like farms that like do crops and like getting them to like go back to basics instead of like GMO and like spraying all the chemicals and everything like that. Like, who was it? You said that this is like a tangent. Not
Okay,
really.
yeah, no problem.
When we were watching Love, Simon, you said that Leo looked like someone, an actress.
Oh, Natalie Portman.
Yeah. I think that is she the one from Black Swan?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's in the movie.
Oh.
Yeah. And so she was on Hot Ones. And
Oh yeah, I saw
yeah,
that. I
and
haven't
she
seen the
talked
one. I
about
haven't
it.
seen it yet though. So
Hot Ones is like the bomb. Have you heard about that? Have you like
No.
watched that? It's
Maybe
like
we
an
can watch
interview video like series on YouTube where it's like hot questions and even hotter wings. So,
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
I did see.
yeah,
Yes,
First
I
Week
did see
Feast.
her pop up
Mhm.
and do that.
And so she like talks about the movie and everything like that, and it sounds like it's gonna be so good. Like it's out wherever it is.
Yeah.
But I haven't looked to see if it's nearby. But I would love to see it.
Speaking of movies, I saw Ocean's 8 with my family, which is a movie we talked about when we were talking about
Yeah.
originality. And I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I wasn't even mad at the point where, like, she was the brother of the main character, Danny Ocean, from the other movies. But he had...
He was the brother?
She was the...
Wife.
She was the sister. Sorry,
What?
sister.
Wasn't it the wife?
Sandra Bullock's character is...
The wife.
No, the sister.
Is she?
You're thinking Julia Roberts is the wife.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
Okay, we're good.
Anyway, so, like, she's doing the heist, and she has the all-female team, and, like, it, because we were talking about, like, it probably wouldn't be getting as much hype if it didn't have Ocean's 8 in front of it. And honestly, I didn't mind. Like, it had some quips.
Yeah.
It had, like, similar humor to the older movies. I liked the original better with the quips and stuff, but it was still a really decent movie. And the fact that everyone was, like, a real... Because everyone always thinks women are catty and, like, out to get each other and stuff like that. But, like, in the interviews, just, like, the cast members themselves interacting. And, like, Anne Hathaway went on Ellen and she talked about, like, I had just gotten off of having a baby. I started filming again. I felt so insecure about my weight. And everyone was just, like, so supportive. And Rihanna was just like, damn, girl, you got an ass like me now. Like, they were just so supportive of each other as people.
Cute.
Anyway, I just, like, support women, and, like, we're not
Yeah.
all catty, and, like, we're not all against each other. Like, I hate that. Like, I solely used to be that person. I remember in high school hating the popular girls for no reason.
No reason.
No reason at all, and I was just so bitter. No, I'm not. I mean, I'm bitter about other things, but not about women.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like, kill them with kindness, if anything. Like, if they're gonna be, like, catty to you, don't be catty back.
Yeah, no. That's what I try. I try to do that. I'm not
too.
great at it, but I
I'm
try.
not always the best, but I do my damnedest.
I want to see Incredibles 2.
Me too.
That's
what
what we
I
should have
heard.
done.
Did you hear that? There's like huge epilepsy warning.
Yes, I did. It was really interesting for it to be a kids movie and have a huge epilepsy warning.
And I heard that it's like hella dark. Like it's really geared.
I bet.
It's like, all right.
I mean, the first one was dark,
yeah.
but not that dark. I mean,
come
like,
on, if you think about it, it's just kind of, it came out at a time where all these super movies were coming out.
yeah,
And then it ended up being more of a commentary on, like, what would happen if all of these superheroes all of a sudden had to go into hiding.
yeah,
Because, like, they had to have all these secret identities, because even
That's really
being out there
interesting.
would, like, it's just like playing a game like Android's, like, it's just another segment
Yeah.
of like
Detroit.
humanity.
Yeah. Yeah. Which leads us into Detroit, which we can talk about now or
Oh my
save
God.
for.
Well, maybe we will, because I think are we gonna, it's only 11 o'clock, we could go and play.
Yeah, we can.
I got through the very first part, like the very first chapter or case with Connor saving the girl,
So
and then we
good.
had to go to Pride. Damn it, Pride. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I hope someone cuts that or like, uses it.
Famous
No, don't do that.
podcaster Caitlin Eldred says, "Fuck you, Pride."
Also, I don't know if she'll end up watching our podcast, but I'm messaging my friend Alyssa from Pucks and Paperbacks. She's like my booktube bestie. And I said that we're podcasting about Love, Simon. She said, I love podcasts. I'm like, oh my God, I podcast with my friend every other week. Weird. I need
Sometimes
to-
every other week.
Yeah.
I think this is the third week, but that's not the problem. I think the last thing we should talk about is that you came out.
Yeah, I did. On YouTube.
You came out as bi on YouTube, which
Yeah.
is something that we both knew.
Yeah.
Sitting in this room.
But like no one else.
No one else
And
knew.
you
See, here's,
outed me
I
to
didn't.
Gabby.
Okay, listen.
What, you didn't tell Gabby?
No.
I thought that more
Wyatt?
people in our friends. I thought that more
Are you
people in our friends
serious?
circle. Exactly. That's what I
Wow.
thought. I
Yeah.
was like, I thought more people in our
When
immediate
I
friend
say,
circle.
like,
I
don't
thought that's
talk
why
about
you-
it with anyone. Like I don't talk about it with anyone.
Well, now I feel special though, but I mean.
I do
whatever.
feel special too, and I'm really sorry. But like
No,
the
it's okay.
video had posted, I met our friend Gabby that day, and I was like, Becca finally came out, and she was like, what? Becca, what do you mean Becca finally came out? I was like, oh, you didn't know she was bi? And then she was like, no. I was like, well, go.
Maybe I should text the kitties.
Go watch her. Yeah, I was like, go watch her YouTube channel.
LOL.
But I was really
So
proud of you. I made a
Thank you.
video
Yeah.
sending it. Like I was like, I can't just text it or comment
I know.
this. I was like,
I really appreciated that
Yeah.
because I love you.
I love you too.
Thanks.
I love you, Josh. Say you love Josh.
I love you.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
When you feel the need.
That's.
You're getting married.
Yeah, we are.
But it's true, it's just how she loves me sometimes, and that's okay.
Yeah, it's whatever. We have an interesting relationship.
Yeah, I do too. Shout out to Jeremy. He's
oh my
not,
God.
He doesn't listen to this. It's okay.
Josh was wondering if Jeremy was gonna come today, and I'm like, no, it's just a Caitlin time.
You should ask. We should tell her how I actually asked.
Huh?
We should tell her how I actually asked.
Is she bringing Jeremy so I have someone to talk to?
No,
I'm just
I
kidding.
don't remember what you said.
I was like, is
I
she
don't know what
bringing...
you're talking about.
I was like, is she bringing the germ?
Oh, the germ.
Oh, he would have hated that. No, because I'm moving tomorrow. It would have just
Yeah.
been a hassle to
Mhm.
try to come up here. One day, we will all be together in the same spot once again. That's why I'm inviting myself to your family camping trip.
Yeah.
I will just camp, like...
No, we have our own lot, but it's probably like right next to my aunt and uncle. But we have our own
We
lot.
still have their own lot. Like, it's fine. You could throw
Yeah.
a freaking tent up. right next
And
to
they
us if you need to.
they stay inside their camper like the entire time anyway.
Nice.
Like they
It's
never
so
come
hard.
out and socialize. So yeah.
Isn't it your entire family, though, or is it just
Not
them?
this year?
Oh,
Not this
they're
year?
splitting up this year. There's some tea there.
Yeah.
Oh, family drama.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll spill the
tune in-
tea off the.
Tune in next week. We didn't even talk about... We're a YouTube drama podcast. We didn't even talk about YouTube drama. Nothing happened this week. Kat Von D isn't going to vax her children. Okay, that's it.
Jeffree Star and Manny MUA are not friends anymore.
Shane tried to give an employee $10,000 to quit her Toys R Us job, but
No, she did.
Shane
he
is
did.
fucking iconic, and everyone should go watch his videos. Like,
yeah, that
right
was
now.
that was a great video. It
He
made me
is
feel
No,
better
but
about
he
myself.
did end up giving money.
He did end up giving her money, yeah.
He did.
Garrett is filming a video with Jeffree Star,
Oh my god.
which is gonna be awesome. Okay, I got one. Joshua Evans, who
Yes.
was married to Colleen Ballinger, is engaged to his childhood friend Rose, and Colleen posted or confirmed her relationship with Eric, I believe his name is, which is her co-star I guess, in Haters Back Off on Netflix. And my theories are that they were filming Haters Back Off when Colleen and Joshua were still together. Joshua didn't want to get divorced. Colleen did.
Yeah.
She was basically living in Canada, like, full time.
Yeah.
And I believe that...
Sparks were a-flying.
Basically, I unfollowed her on, like, every form of social media. And,
Really?
like, her entire family.
Wow.
Yep. I'm over it.
Are you serious? It took you so long, but as soon as all that stuff was happening, and I was like,
Well,
I am on Josh's side so bad, and not just because he has my name, but I was like, no, I'm done. I never liked her videos to begin with, though. Like, I never liked Miranda.
Like,
I
unsubscribed from Colleen on YouTube, but I kept, like, I still watched her Miranda videos. No, I didn't watch them, but I stayed subscribed. But, like, after, because it actually wasn't, yeah, it was on her Instagram. She, like, posted a picture where she was dressed as Miranda, sitting next to Eric, and he had, like, red lipstick smeared all over his face, and she was, like, hugging him, and it was on her Instagram. So, and I mean, like, people had been wanting them to say something, but it seemed like, because, like, first Josh was like, I'm in a relationship, but I'm not, like, gonna say anything, we're gonna keep it private, and then as soon as he said that, at one of Colleen's live shows, she was like, there are some things I don't want to broadcast. And I'm like, okay, Colleen, I see you. And then he announced that he was engaged, and she posted her picture.
It's all a big, like, one-upping each other now.
And I'm, like, but I feel like Josh was not into it. Like, it's coming from Colleen. And so I unfollowed her on everything. And I unfollowed, like, the rest of her family, too. Like, Christopher and Jessica.
Oh, I didn't even know that they existed.
Yeah, because they do, like, family vlogs.
Oh.
Yeah, with their, now 4 kids.
Wow.
Yeah, and, yeah, I unfollowed them. Oh, I'm like, bye. Bye, Ballingers.
Oh my god. Hashtag bye, Ballingers.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's no other stuff to talk about this week. I forgot.
I don't think so.
It was a pretty quiet week.
It was, like, I feel like, I'm trying to think back to, like, what did Peter talk
Anything
about?
Anything about Bunny?
No, she said she was going to change her content, but I feel like she really hasn't.
No, it's not that she was going to change her content. It was just the way she was going to change what she hid within that content.
I guess so. She's doing a lot more, like, luxury stuff, which is kind of nice to see because I do kind of live for that.
And filming from, like, different perspectives of, like, her house even, too.
Yeah, she built, like, her doll room to film in, and she never filmed in it.
Yeah.
Until after she made the videos, like, with Shane. Like, she built her doll room, like, with the big, like, fucking window and stuff so that she would have natural lighting to, like, sit right in front of her window, and she never did it. And she just, like, started doing it, and it looks so good.
I've been liking her recent content.
Yeah, I mean, it's very much like her old stuff before she just started doing, like, toy unboxings every week.
Yeah.
And, like, I get that she wants to do it every once in a while because, like, the squishy companies send her, like, boxes filled. Like, she got a big-ass box, 2 big-ass boxes, like, filled to the brim.
No, but that's what companies are doing now. Like, what do you, like, you attach yourself to a YouTube that's, like, has a lot of children followers, and you give them toys.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like she got put in a position where it was just, like, the machine, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally.
Plus, if it's a source of income, like, for smaller YouTubers.
And that was the thing, too. Like, it's a source of income. Like, you need to take advantage of it because they don't come often.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of, like, any booktube drama, which is so insignificant.
Apparently the Crayola makeup line is bad.
Like, super bad. I think it's mostly bad because it's expensive as hell.
James Charles. Are you guys talking about that? He posted a video
It wasn't just James. It was James, Jeffrey, like, Nikki tutorials, maybe?
I think Nikki did one.
Manny?
Probably Manny. Now, here's the thing. I don't personally agree with a lot of these people. I just know by default. I watch a lot of compilations of, here are a whole bunch of beauty gurus dragging Kim Kardashian beauty or the Crayola beauty. So I watched that video, and I just know all these people. But I don't
my God,
watch any
Jeffree
of their content.
Star is doing a makeup class in Grand Rapids next Saturday.
So you gonna go?
No, because tickets are $100.
Yeah,
and that's for general admission. and like VIP is sold out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oof. And it said like $100 to like $500. So I'm like,
Yeah,
Jesus
it's a
Christ.
thing.
But you get a goodie bag that's worth like $5,000.
Oh my god. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that he has like a lot. I'm like, oh my god, if like he has his liquid lips in there, I would scream. Like he has stuff on Benefit because he loves like Benefit Cosmetics, all of their brow like products. They have like so much, and it's like full size.
Mhm.
Oh, you'd figure it'd be like sample stuff, but I mean,
I don't think it's
worth,
sample. It
if it's
might
worth,
be, but
if it's worth $5,000 bag,
a couple
though,
things he said are sample, and a couple are not.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be so sick because it's not like just. Because I mean, like, how big is the like makeup artist industry around here? Not super big, so I'm guessing it's like mostly fans. Because he was like, you can ask personal questions, like professional questions, whatever you want to know. And I would go just to be like, can you help me keep my makeup from being cakey? Because damn, I've tried everything.
Yeah, I know. Same.
That's like the
he'll
only
probably
thing I want to
give you
know.
some like eye-opening thing that you just
Good.
never-
I would live for that.
Do you
It's him and Lipstick Nick, who's like his makeup artist, basically, for his photo shoots.
Do you
and
prime
stuff
your
like that.
face?
I do, but it's all bullshit. So sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I don't.
Oh, the
buy
primer?
it. Yeah. I feel like primer is a conspiracy.
See, I noticed a difference today when I put on primer.
Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. It kind of just depends on like how my skin is.
I'm just a
feeling.
fucking oily, sweaty mess. So like anything I put on my face
Sometimes I am,
normally.
Okay, I don't
Yeah,
put
I
any
have
makeup on my face.
combination.
I don't put any makeup on my face, but my face is always oily, and it always looks
I
like
know
I'm
it is.
sweating freaking bullets.
I know.
But
Do
I'm,
you use
You're really oily.
and do you wash your do you use any skincare?
No.
I don't. I my form of skincare that I was about to start trying was the only form of skincare that I would do when I was younger, which is Dial soap, and it's just the orange bottle, and I would just wash my face with that, and that would be it,
Interesting.
and that was it.
When I was a teenager, I had like really bad acne. Not like super bad, but like it was, I don't know, moderate, I guess. And I remember like I tried everything. And then I just like stopped and I started washing my face like every day with just like soap and water, which was like you weren't supposed to do that. That was like back in high school. It was like you need to be using like a product because soap is just gonna dry your skin out, whatever. And then I remember one time like going to get my hair done and the hairstylist was like, "What are you doing with your skin? Because it's the best that it's like ever looked."
Wow.
Yeah. Right now I'm trying Curology. I think it's a gimmick.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't like research that much about it, but I saw like a couple booktubers who did not sponsored videos about their like their skin and their nightly routine and everything, and it was like 3 or 4 of them.
Wow.
They're like I watch all the time and it was not sponsored, and they're like this is what I use and it's making like a huge difference, and they like I trust them.
Really?
And so I tried it, but apparently, like, the first bottle that you get is the same no matter what. And then it doesn't change, like, unless you email them and you're like, this isn't working. But that was, like, from
Really?
other videos, because then I started researching it more, because I started thinking about it. I'm like, I wonder if it's, like, kind of gimmicky. So then I kind of fell off using it. I need to be using it every day because I'm paying, like, I don't even know, $20 or $30 like every 3 months or every other month or something. So it's not bad. You get a lot, and then your first like month is free. But since I did like every other month or something, so the trial bottle lasted me 2 months.
Interesting. Yeah.
And it's
I
just
keep
a
hearing
night
about
cream.
it.
Like, it gives you, like, a card, and it says, in the morning, like, wash your face with soap and water. And then at the end of the day, like, use a cleanser and then just apply the cream. And it's a dime-sized amount. So at the end of the day, I'll, like, use a toner because I really like toners. And even though they dry my skin out really bad because it's basically just, like, alcohol. But I use one that is cruelty-free and vegan. And then I have a cleanser that is like really good and natural too. But I don't use it consistently. I think that's my only problem. because I've never used anything
Yeah.
consistently.
Yeah, I need to get more into the habit of washing my face. I honestly should if we're about to play games
Yeah.
and, like, settle in for the night.
I know, I'm like, maybe
I
I
probably
should
should
go.
go and wash my face after this.
Well,
Well,
that was
just go
so
put a mask
interesting.
on.
I don't have any.
I have some, but they're in my car. They're
I need to
packed
buy
away.
some. That I've been thinking about that. I mean, this is obviously a topic for another podcast. But like when I worked at Head Start, like every Sunday I took a bubble bath. I did a face mask. Like I got ready for the week and I did like self-care, and I've not done that like since I started working at Goddard, and I'm like, wow, maybe I should do that again because I'm like,
You gotta
freaking
take care of
fuck out.
yourself.
I know. I'm not reading like during the week. Like I don't do that much self-care except I come home and sit because I don't get home until like 6:30,
Yeah.
and that's a problem. Anyway,
Wow. That was a longer show this time.
yay.
Which is fine because, like... Yep.
We did the same thing. I love how every time we're like, okay, we're gonna pick this topic and we're gonna stick to it, and that gets us like about 15-20 minutes, and then we're like, okay, let's move on. I mean, I could have talked about all of the fucking like LGBT books that came out this month because I dropped way too much money this month buying like all of the queer books that were coming out.
Yeah,
Well,
if
I'm
you want
sure-
to see a picture, I'm sure we'll post it later.
Well, I'm sure you'll make a video all about the books.
I will. I'm
Yeah,
waiting
so
for
we'll
like
link it.
3 more books to come in before I do my book haul.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Well, Josh, thanks for joining us.
Woo!
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was a good podcast.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride!
One last clink. Yeah. All right, guys. We will catch you next time in a few weeks or so. I will be at my summer job. Becca and Josh will be here. And, yeah. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.